Hey, what's up? My name is the Salty Rat, as usual. I'm your local favorite space pirate and commander of the Never Ever. Ooh, that was a tough one. And today, I want to talk about a game that I'm really excited about because I played the first one and got so excited. I'm talking about Boltgun. Boltgun 2 is coming out very shortly, evidently. Sometime in the new. It's not already out. I'm paying attention. But there's been a little bit of hype going on. I'm very excited. The first one was awesome. It was probably one of the few times that I played all the way through a boomer shooter esque kind of game, and I had no complaints with it whatsoever. It didn't feel clunky. I didn't quite understand some of the mechanics as part of like what should I actually power up, what should I use this little token on, that sort of thing. But it was great overall. Played all the way through it. It took me like 6 hours, 10 hours. Now they got a horde mode, but Boltgun 2 is coming out and on top of that, we get to show off like my favorite faction. One of my favorite factions is happening here, which is the Sisters of Battle. So we have a trailer for that. Right, this is about a 2 minute something trailer. IGN, thanks, whatever. You're not in charge of me. Um, but let's take a look at it, and I want to talk about some of the new guns. The first game was great. I felt like some of the guns just kind of like did it their own thing. Really like the plasma gun in that. But I felt like the Melta could be cooler. It was just a big rocket launcher that killed everything, right? Of course, we had a black hole cannon or whatever the hell like the big BFG in that game was. Everything needs to have a BFG because obviously Doom did it. Why can't we? So let's take a little peek. I'm excited. Immediately, Sister Battle, which is outstanding. Welcome to it's happening. We're getting some great power sword use. I'm a huge fan of power swords in the 40k universe. Ooh, silky. There's a handful of things that I saw there. Of course, you've got the bolt gun on the right hand side, and then you've got your power sword, which seems to be like just an ever present thing, which is great. I don't know how seems like there's a lot more lunging, right? Because in the first game, you were playing. Of course, you were playing your Space Marine, who's outstanding, really fun to play with, right? And he had a chain sword, which I felt didn't have the same sort of like. If you locked in on an enemy and you hit him, you'd be locked in there, get your armor back and stuff. But the power sword seems to be lungy and faster, which fits a sister battle very well. I'm very happy with that, so we'll see how it goes. Crossbow. I have I'm not the biggest 40k fan, right? I like 40k as a concept. I had no idea they had crossbows. If this is a real canon weapon, someone tell me. This is exciting. This is awesome. Incredible. I'm very exciting for me to see like a crossbow in a future fantasy setting. Seems to penetrate. It seems to knock back. All very good so far. Big melta grenade. We got the big melta grenade. Slide. We got a slide. We're seeing more AoEs. That's exciting. That's always very exciting for a shooter. Melta gun acts like a flamethrower. That's good. I like that. That's a good switch up. That's a very good switch up. There seems to be enemies holding big barrels of promethium, or whatever the fuel is for that. So that seems like a fun little encounter. It seems like we also have cutscenes in the game too. Or that's exaggerated for the fun of it. Boltgun. There actually seems to be so in the first game, the Boltgun, the bolter that you had, didn't have much of a travel time. It seems now, if they keep this is all not final, right? It seems like there's actually a little bit of a wind up and it actually has a trail to it. I feel like the bolt gun in the first game was actually, it had a delay between, it didn't have much of a delay between firing and impact. It was very, it felt hit scanny. It probably wasn't. It was just really, really fast. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be cool to see it kind of whiz by and punch into somebody, which I think is the way to do it. I've played enough Doom levels to know that's a nightmare. We got the champion there again. He's an asshole. I hate him. I hate everything there is about him. He's like the champions are like, they can resurrect. I hate dealing with them. They've never been fun to deal with in the first game. Because they'll just be like, oh, I'm alive again. I'm like, oh, I didn't see you from halfway across the map. Thank you for running at me at 50 miles an hour and then destroying half my health bar. We're seeing a lot of Demons of Corn this time around. Like, usually we just had, like, I don't think we had a single Demon of Corn. It was, Nurgle and Sinch for the first game. And so seeing some Demons of Corn, I know it's gonna be fun. We're gonna see a lot of gore. We're gonna see a lot of blood. It's gonna be great. We got some ultra violence happening. I'm excited. I'm hyped about it. And we love a good train! So they're emphasizing swapping between weapons in the trailer. In the first game, I feel like a lot of the weapons, I'm an idiot, right? I'll play through the entirety of Doom 2 with just the super shotgun and not have much of a problem with that. And I tried to apply that to Boltgun, the first one, and there was certainly, the heavy bolter was good. And the standard Boltgun did, I think, 90% of the job that I wanted to do. And whenever I got the big guns, I wanted to go ahead and like use them sparingly because I know there's gonna be the big man who's gonna go ahead and just annihilate me if I try to use the shotgun on him, right? But I don't know when the big man is gonna show up. So I'm hoping that the ammo pickups for like your sidearm weapons, like your first 5 weapons, are a little bit more plentiful because I felt like I relied way too heavily on the heavy bolter and the bolt gun in the first game. That might just be because I'm stupid. Easily because I'm stupid. I could just be a dumb little rat. And people are like, oh, you played the game wrong. No wonder it took you 6 hours. It's a 3-hour game. Whatever. I just know that the Melta was fun. I just know that the Melta was a very fun gun. And I didn't use it as I wanted. Whatever. That's awesome. That's really cool. I think that there's a lot of extremely fun to be had in 2026 as far as Boltgun 2 comes out. We'll have to keep an eye out for it. I don't know when exactly, but it's on the list. And I like the first one, and I continue to play the first one even off stream. I don't show off it too much because I'm already done with the game. But it lives rent-free in my head. And I've got a sneaking suspicion the second one is also going to rent-free in my head. Live completely rent-free in my head. So, whatever. I'm not in charge of that. Anyway, get excited. Boltgun 2 happening. We got a Sister of Battle going on. My name is the Salty Rat as usual. If you liked what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, all the cool algorithm stuff that people go absolutely gaga for. But in the future, we'll see more. We'll have another game tomorrow. Get hype. Maybe we'll talk about the new Pacific Drive expansion. I have no idea. If you have games you want me to go and look at, make a suggestion. I'd love to know what you guys are hyped for, and if you want my reaction for them, yell at me. Anyway, on the Never Ever Fly Forever Free, bye-bye, gamers.